Make sure everything's running. And
Hello!
Live.
That's what I should have done. I should just put whipped cream on my face.
oh, that Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello.
Are we live?
Firing up. Now I just need to share it in the groups. Let people get into the chat. Let's see. Copy link. Good. Welcome everybody. We got an amazing guest today, and we're excited as frick. So,
Yeah.
share this in the group here, and then we can get down to business. I'm just gonna put "come see what we're cooking." Nice.
I see what you did there.
Good wordplay. There we go. We're here. All right. There we go. And we're good to go. All systems are up. Audio's good. No glitching. On with the show. Let's do this, guys. Welcome everybody to Con Culture Podcast again. We have a special guest with us here today. We're super excited to get to know more about her. Welcome, Mary Lou, everybody.
Yeah.
Also known as, I think it's at Coffee and Concealer Cosplay on Instagram.
And Concealer Cosplay, I think.
Yes.
Which is honestly like the best name. The best name.
Agreed.
Thank you.
It is a
Like
super
Coffee
good
and
name.
Concealer, perfect. It just like perfectly sums up. I feel like that's definitely my life in general.
Somebody had asked me once, they're like, so, I work at the restaurant, so I think I was there till maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, and somebody had left before me, and then when they showed up to work at like 9 a.m., I was still there, and they're like, Mary, how do you sleep? And I was like, Coffee and Concealer. And I was like, oh, that's my memoirs.
That's a great like brand.
Oh yeah.
For
For
sure.
sure.
Biography title.
All I need in my life is some strong coffee and some high definition concealer.
That's all you need.
No.
Now, first we want to go back to the beginning. How did the Coffee and Concealer thing come together? How did the cosplay thing come together? So how did you get into cosplay, Mary Lou? What got you into it?
Okay, so I used to go to, I still do. I go to the Texas Renaissance Fair every year. So I've been going since I was 16. And I think after the first time that I went, I saw everybody dressed up and I was like, this is awesome. So then slowly I started like, every time I would go, I'd get more and more into my costumes. And then I guess I just would dress up whenever I was in college. So I kept going until I got into college. And then we took like 1 year off and I got all my friends to go with me. And I used to be an RA. So whenever I would have my on-calls where I had to stay in the building, I would just pick a different character and I would cosplay that character.
Oh,
But
that's so cool. What cool RA.
That Medusa
and our-
cosplay you did was amazing.
Yes.
So I'm like in charge of all of the college students that are there. It's mainly just freshmen. I would make sure, that they weren't doing anything wrong in their rooms, that they weren't drinking underage, that there was no drugs. I was like the person that would knock on the door and say, hey, keep it down in there. And so since I couldn't leave, I would just start cosplaying. But I didn't realize that what I was doing was called cosplay. I just knew that I liked to dress up until later someone saw me on my Instagram. They're like, oh, I like that you cosplay. And I was like, what's that? And so I'm to other people. And I was like, oh my gosh, there are people like me that just do this for fun. And then I just jumped right into it. It was like right in, 2019? That's when I started cosplaying.
Nice.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
right in February.
That's a kick-ass
Went to
origin
cosplay.
story.
You think so?
Killing it. Oh, yeah.
I kind of feel the same way. I didn't know. I was like, I like dressing up, and like I would do like closet cosplays where I'd be like walking around. Like whenever I was a guest on the show, I talked about I dressed up like Anastasia, and I did like a closet cosplay of Anastasia, and I was walking around like, hey, nobody knows that I'm dressed up like Anastasia.
Right.
And then I found out in college that was like probably 4 years later where I was like, oh, like there's a word for this, and then
This is a thing.
Fernando called it out in the comments section. He said, champagne, shawty. That she is. She's sipping on it. She stays sipping.
Stay on my
So Gigi, what's your question that you would like to ask Mary Lou?
Oh, my normal question I'm going to ask later.
Okay,
But
yeah. Save that one.
I guess, yes. What is like your most memorable cosplay? I know you said you've really only been in the community for about a year, but overall, from your first Ren Fair to now, like what cosplay is like closest to home for you or closest to your heart?
Closest to my heart. Oh, that's hard.
I know it is hard.
I had that many, but I really enjoyed. I did Majin Android 21. That was like my first official cosplay, like a con and everything. And then I love Kita. Like, who doesn't love Kita? From Atlantis, she's my everything.
Yes.
Killed it.
Can I pick two? Because I picked those two.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
you can pick two. You make the rules, girl. It's your world. We're just paying rent. What about you, Trey? What question do you have for Mary Lou?
Similar to that, we'll do a 2-in-1 kind of thing. What's your most difficult cosplay you've done, and what's the most difficult thing you've cooked recently?
The most difficult cosplay that I've done was my Medusa cosplay.
Okay.
There were just so many work, like making the headdress itself with all the snakes was hard, and then it was my first time working with latex for my face, so I was trying to make sure that everything like stuck together. I was watching nothing but YouTube tutorials, and then painting all of the scales on my body. So that was like the most complicated one that I had done, and that's the one that I had went to the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, it looked amazing.
How long did that take? All the scales and the latex and like time-wise?
All together to get it all done. It took a couple months, but to put it all on took like a good 2 hours.
Damn.
And I gotta like paint the face and everything.
Yeah.
And then after the sides and then the skirt and the cape, and it was just a lot going on. Especially all the gold that I had to like paint onto my body so that they all didn't mesh up together.
Yeah.
That was
wow.
complicated.
That's freaking
That's
dope.
impressive.
What about you, Brittany?
really
what question you got for Mary Lou?
She didn't answer. You had
Oh yeah, number 2. Sorry.
Oh, there's a
Snuck
second
in
one?
another one.
part.
The
Do it.
hardest thing that I had to cook recently, let's see. I had like recently taken my family to Spain. That's what I call it. So I just asked my mom where she wanted to go. She's like, I would like to go to Spain. So I went, researched all that I could about Spain. I went to Central Market, bought a whole bunch of food, and I made cuisine that was like central to their culture. And it was the sardines that got me. So I just like got those sardines and gutting them and cleaning them. Hey, I think that's the most complicated thing I've done recently. But one of the most complicated things I've done, I made this avocado mousse. Lies. I made this asparagus mousse, and I made like 3 different ones for the 3 different colors, and that one was complicated. Did you know purple asparagus is not purple inside? I had to add beet juice to it to make it look purple. No, it's only purple outside. It messed me up.
What color is it
Living a lie.
inside?
Whole
White?
life.
White.
Okay, I was like, I feel like it would be white on the inside. Wow, that's crazy.
That is
Well,
crazy.
that's like
My mouth is watering, by the way.
So asparagus. You said it was asparagus mousse.
yes.
So what is that? I love asparagus
like,
and I
what
love
is
mousse. So
asparagus
what is that? Just
I had to like blanch the asparagus. So you boil them and then you put them in like really cold water, and then I had to cut them up and then blend them all together and create like a paste out of it, and then mix that with gelatin to create like moussey-like appearance, as well as mixing it with cream so that it didn't come out too like jelly, that it came out moussey. So I had to do that one, and then I had to do it 3 separate times with the 3 different asparagus, but all 3 asparagus are different textures, and I wasn't prepared for that. So then it just caught me off guard by making it. And I already told you the purple asparagus was white inside, and so I was doing dinner, and I hadn't practiced it. So I was like, I was almost SOL. It's all right, it worked out.
that's so cool.
That sounds so cool.
What about
It
you,
was
Britt?
really
Amazing what you can do with beets.
Yeah.
Oh, my question.
Yes.
So, as I peeped your Instagram page, I noticed that you're a huge DBZ fan. I would like to know, what DBZ character do you like the best?
Oh,
Whoa.
okay. It's on.
Excuse me.
You don't want to sway anybody any certain
As
way.
another fan to a fan.
okay. You said, what did you say? I was screaming. I didn't hear you.
Who's your favorite DBZ character?
My favorite Piccolo. Piccolo is my favorite. I mean, that's my screensaver right now. It's Piccolo and Gohan. I always say everybody is Gohan and his real dad. So
His
Chef.
father.
That's it.
He is a good dad.
I love Piccolo. He's just the best character for me. And he's
I
got
would
such a
have to go
origin
with-
story, you know, a foreigner in a different land, and everybody's just okay with it. And she cracks me up.
I agree. I like Piccolo a
Dumping
lot.
his
I
kids
actually
on
like, yeah. I like Beerus the most, just because all he likes to do is like sleep and nap
Eat.
and
Yeah.
awful temper, and that's pretty much me.
Pudding.
Yeah,
Alright.
don't mess with my pudding.
So I have a question about your dish. We asked you your favorite cosplay that you've done. What is your favorite dish that you've cooked? What is like come out the best for you that you're like, I might not ever be able to hit it that right again, but which one was your favorite that you've cooked?
That's hard. Like, what's my favorite dish that I've made?
Yeah. What gave you that? Oh, execution was flawless, taste was flawless, everything. It went smooth.
All right. That's complicated. Let's see. Best dish that I've made. What have I made recently? I feel like I haven't been cooking. No, I'm alive. I've been cooking it. Let's see. One of my it's like my classic, my staple is like I make a really good coq au vin, but I do like a springtime coq au vin, and that's like French style of braised chicken, and I really enjoy that. I serve it with like polenta and a whole bunch of green vegetables and tons of mushrooms. That one, it like hits home. It's like some chicken thighs, and I take the skin off, and then I fry the skin separately and use it as garnish. It's great.
Drooling over here.
I'm so hungry now.
Julia Child.
Yeah.
Really good cocoa bomb.
Oh,
Oh my
well,
gosh, really.
yes. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds good as hell. Hell yeah. So,
It looks like you're-
yeah, so we got your cosplay origin. How did you get into the cooking though? What's the origin with that? How did you find that passion and decide to go into that lane?
I guess I wasn't really good at anything. Like when I was younger, I just couldn't find anything that I was really good at, but I love to eat. And then I think as I got older, it was just in high school that I realized that this could be a career. And I was like, what, for real? I can just cook and people pay me for that? So then I got into like culinary arts in high school, and then I went to college at UNT for hospitality, but then I got a full ride there. And as soon as I graduated, I went into the CIA to start studying.
Yeah. Which
She's an
CIA
agent,
campus?
everybody.
She's a
one
government
that-
agent.
Government agent.
The one
Her
in
cover.
San
I
Antonio.
knew
Chef.
it.
The one where? Sorry, where?
The one here in San Antonio.
So badass.
At the Pearl, right?
Yes, right at the Pearl.
That one.
You're like living
Mwah.
my life, like what I wanted to
Goals.
do, and then I
The dream.
do it.
It was really great. Like I had my mind set on being a chef for so long. Like I didn't even want to take my SATs. It was my mom who made me. She's like, please take your SATs. I said, Mom, chefs don't take SATs. We're gonna be fine. So, I'm glad that I took it because I couldn't have gone to college. But otherwise, I had no plans. I was gonna be a chef through and through.
That's so
Nice.
cool.
That's dope that you found your passion so young and you were like, this is it. So you had mentioned the dish you cooked from Spain, and I forgot what you called it, traveling around the world or taking her around the world, something like that. What is your favorite around the world type dish to cook? Which one, not dish, but like which, I guess,
Which
not
culture?
ethnicity. Yeah, which culture do you think is the
Here's my
funnest to cook
favorite.
in?
The funnest to cook? Oh, that's really hard. Okay. Right now, I really like Italy. But I mean, Italy is just it's like a whole bunch of old recipes that they're trying to revamp.
Yeah.
So Italy is very classic. Italy's like, this is lasagna, it's going to stay lasagna, it's going to always be lasagna. And then there are other chefs that are in there and they're trying to build it up like, no, instead of serving lasagna like this, let's take everything apart and put it together in a different way.
Yeah.
And it's really I was watching a documentary over the chef Massimo, and he was doing that. And they pretty much shunned him for the longest time until one food critic came by and he was like, this is great. And everyone goes, he said, well, great, let's all go. And so now he's a star chef. It's great. So I haven't taken my family there yet because I want to do more than just pasta, but I mean, there's
Yeah.
pasta.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
actually
Italian
we're
food
doing-
is synonymous with pasta in my mind. Like, if you don't have pasta on the table, it's like you didn't even bother doing Italian or what? But yeah, it took a long time for me to even
Get out
try
of
new
here.
dishes. I got one for everybody. Actually, we're gonna start with Mary Lou, and then we'll work our way around. What item or food did you eat that you didn't think you would like but ended up loving? We'll start with Mary Lou, and then we'll ask everybody, because I kind of want to know what everybody's surprised, like, oh shit food was.
Cauliflower. I told everybody that cauliflower was Satan's broccoli, and I refused to eat it.
I love cauliflower.
I like
And
that.
it
True,
wasn't
though.
until like 3 years ago that I started eating it because it was on the menu at work, and I was like, this ain't that bad.
Yeah,
Satan's
well, like,
broccoli.
You
Fuck
can do
yes.
so much with cauliflower. You can eat it raw, or you can turn it into
Rice out of
potato.
it.
Mashed cauliflower? Oh, okay. I'm so hungry now.
Pass.
I literally just ate, and I'm still hungry.
What about what about you, Trey? What's your oh shit food that was like wow?
For the longest, calamari. I was like, no, I'm not gonna eat squid. And then had some perfectly. First, it was funny because I thought the way they prepared it, it looked like fish sticks. I'm sorry, cheese sticks. So I'm dipping. It's like, oh, these some good cheese sticks with some marinara sauce. I ate like 2 of them, just not even thinking about it. My buddy's like, you know what that is, right? I'm like, yeah, it's some cheese. They're just not. It's not melting like it normally does. Like, no, it's calamari. I was like, I don't know what that means. They're like, it's squid. It's like. Then I just thought about it. I was like, I didn't throw up. It didn't taste bad, so I'm gonna keep rolling with it.
Just run with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gigi, what was your oh shit food?
I don't see. I grew up in a house where it was like, just try everything. Don't say you don't like it until you try it.
Yeah.
So I'm not really. There's not a lot of things like that I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna try that.
Yeah.
But oh my god, honestly, it's the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with Doritos in them. Brittany told
That
me
was
to try
Brittany's
it,
fault.
and I've legitimately had like 3 sandwiches like that since then.
That don't even make sense.
So
We were on a
good.
Skype call, Mary Lou. We were on a Skype call, and we were all making PB&J as a group thing for camaraderie. I don't know why we did it. We just started making PB&J, and they found out that I toast mine, and I eat my sandwiches in 9 bites every time. It's a really weird thing I have. And then Brittany's like, what you should do is put some Cool Ranch. Are they Cool Ranch, Britt? Some Cool Ranch Doritos in your PB&J. And I was like, hell no, not doing it. And Gigi's
And
I
I was
look
like, well,
over.
I happen to have some.
Exactly. And she tried it. That's weird. I don't
It
know
really
about
wasn't
that.
Another
good.
question. We
Good.
should ask
It's
that
a-
next.
it's
What's
a-
your signature PBJ?
If you like sweet, if you like sweet and savory together, it's a really good treat.
It makes perfect sense, especially because I usually like stuff my sandwich with like Lay's potato chips. But if you're using Doritos, like they're crunchier, like that's gonna hold up even more.
that crunch?
No, yeah, that, yes. And like, I was kind of like, but it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, so that's probably mine. Like, it's, because I was like, Brittany, what is this weird shit you're making me try? And then it was good.
I thought it was a
So-
prank. I thought like, oh shit, Brittany's really gonna make her eat this shit. Like she's really gonna eat it.
No.
I legitimately actually eat peanut butter jelly that way.
That's crazy. So what is yours, Brittany? What's your food that was like, oh shit?
I'll be really honest, and this is really embarrassing. I will have to say guacamole, and it wasn't because I didn't even try it until I was like 20 years old. Like, I refused to even go near it until I was an adult and much older. Like, I think it was like right after I had Marcelo, I tried it for the first time. I was like, this shit is bomb. What have I been
Like,
missing out
fresh
on?
guacamole is like one of the best things on this planet.
I
Oh,
just
yeah.
saw green, and I was like,
Same.
It looks like mushy, green, throw up.
Same.
No thanks. Like,
I don't know about
I
that.
didn't
Those
try it
boogers.
till I was in my 30s, and then I fell in love with that shit. Just fell in love with it. I was like, my
Everything.
whole fucking life, I gave 30 years without this.
Wasted so much time.
I didn't try
catch up?
guacamole until I moved to Texas because they had it, like, so I'm from Louisiana. They had it at like Mexican restaurants in Louisiana, and it always just was like,
Not right.
I was like, why is it so bright? Like,
Like sour cream.
what food dye is in this? And it just always looked like weird baby food. And then I came to San Antonio and went to this restaurant called Aldaco's in Stone Oak, and they made the tableside guacamole, and I was like, "Ah!" and then ever since then, I have not been able. Like, I'm obsessed with avocados and
Yeah.
guacamole.
So mine's
The
pretty.
only other one I could think. Yeah, go.
What? What do you got? Yeah, no, mine is cheese rangoons, crab rangoons.
Oh, they're so good.
It's fried in like cream cheese.
I didn't know it was. I didn't eat Asian food for the longest. Like Chinese food, for the same reason Brittany didn't eat avocado. Like it looked like the same going out and coming in, so that didn't work for me. So I never tried Chinese food, ever,
I'm so
ever.
sorry.
Not
I'm sorry
sweet and
for
sour, not sesame seed chicken, like all that teriyaki chicken, nothing. Then
I'm gonna have to go make Chinese food.
well,
now.
my wife was
How many
like,
years you missed out on?
yeah, my wife was like, try this one. It's cheese. It's just cheese and like fried goodness. And I was like, well, I like fried goodness
plum
and cheese.
sauce?
Yeah, man. I just bit into it and I was like mind blown.
a
Like
light
whole world
touch
changed.
now.
So
You
now,
heard the-
literally,
the,
that
like,
one thing has now turned me into I'll try pretty much anything. Because I don't know what the hell else I'm missing.
Yeah,
Like I went 30
it's true.
30 plus years not knowing that existed, and it's my favorite thing to eat now. Like I could just eat a bowl of
love-
those, just
Yeah.
tear them up,
Oh, they're so good.
chomp
That's
on
always
'em.
my pet peeve is when somebody won't try something. I'm like, you don't have to like it. Just
Yeah.
can you just try just a small bite?
Put it in
Take
your
a bite
mouth.
like Sponge, like Squidward biting his first Krabby Patty. Just
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's how I am with my kids. Like I'm like, just try it. If you don't like it, I will not make you eat it. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
promise I will not make you eat it. But you just need to try it first. And like I would say like 50% of the time they end up liking it. And I'm like, yeah. Like
Can we trade kids?
Can we train kids? Mine are
Oh,
the same, Brittany.
Yeah.
Mine don't play that.
Yeah,
They're like,
my daughter, she literally only will eat pasta. Like that's like her jam.
It's an essential food group.
Spaghetti, ramen noodles, Alfredo. That's her shit right there.
Have
But
you found-
otherwise,
she's
have you found the like pasta that's made out of beans? Like if you're worried about her not getting enough like protein.
if it is any other color than normal color, I'm telling you, she's the kid that looks at her bowl and inspects what she eats before she ever puts it in her mouth.
use like
And
the
you-
garbanzo bean flour. I've never
Yeah.
used it at the store because it
I like-
blows my mind all the different flours.
I like the garbanzo bean. I think it's called Bonza. I think that's the brand that they make the pre-made pasta.
Fondant?
But I also I cooked some like I made some tacos, but I had like the spinach tortillas, so they were green, and the kids were like looking at it, and I was like, you know what? These are Hulk tacos. Like
Oh,
the
tacos.
whole.
Oh, you just
the
called it
whole,
out of me
like-
like that? Because
Yeah.
I'm the dumb
I
kid. I'm like,
respect that.
Bruce Banner tacos?
The only
Yeah. Hey, and then they ate them, and then I was
would've.
like,
the only time I got
Hulk
Layla's
smoothies.
ever,
I've been making Hulk smoothies for them. Hey, yeah.
Hell
the
anything.
only time I ever got her to try something new with more recently, I make like homemade chicken and dumplings. And I actually had her help me make the dumplings last time. And because she was really involved with it in the making of it, she tried it and actually
Yeah.
loved it. I was like, see, it's good. It's soul food. Come on. Like,
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we make that at the restaurant now for like our little to-go kids, and so it's myself and my whole staff that I have now. They're all they're all Latinos, and none of them had ever had chicken and dumplings. But I've never had chicken and dumplings, so we're all cooking it together, and we're cutting out the flour or the dough, and then
Yeah.
we're boiling stock, and they're like, just throw it in. I'm like, the recipe says just throw it in. So then I'm
Here we go.
like, is this supposed to look like floating biscuits? They're like, right. I'm like, can I
You're doing
toss
it right.
any of it?
You're doing great, sweetie.
You
can
had
just
me
see
at
80
floating
of us just
biscuits,
standing
girl. I was
my
sold at
gosh, I
floating
never-
biscuits.
it's good. It's so simple, so easy to make, so good. Cheese.
Very easy.
Yeah.
One dumpling at a time. That's the trick. You got to throw them in one at a time. Otherwise, they stick together and then they turn like mushy and it comes nasty.
Mm.
Okay, so the first time we did them, that's what had happened. They were all just-
You don't want to. You want it You want it boiling hot. You don't want to stir very often because when you stir, it breaks up the flour. So you want to let them sit there and boil without them moving, and you drop them one at a time. Because if you drop them in, they'll stick to each other, and they'll break apart faster, and then it gets nasty.
Yeah,
they just avoid
floating biscuits.
Okay, I gotta make this now. This sounds really good.
Yeah.
I'll help you.
Pop daisies.
I don't know how to cook a lot of things, but Southern soul food I know how because my mom grew up in the hills of Kentucky when dirt poor with just raising her own, killing her own chickens and
Fuck yeah.
Do you know how to make
Oh.
collard greens? Oh my god, I love collard greens.
I do. I know how to make collard greens. I know how to make white gravy for biscuits and gravy. I know how to make I know how to make a lot of old.
My wife hates it, so I never get to eat biscuits and gravy, but that's my shit. Anything with gravy. Who am I kidding?
Well, I don't
Anything
put
with white
sausage
gravy
in mine.
on
I
it.
just
Chicken
do
fried steak
white
biscuits.
Gravy? I'm in.
Yeah, gravy? Sold. Put some gravy on it. I'll eat it. I'll try anything with gravy. No, but it's funny that you said kill your own chickens because I remember the first time I went to Mexico and saw my cousin kill a pig. No, my cousins, they had pigs, and I was like, oh, cool, pigs, petting them, and they're behind the cage, and I'm like, oh, and they're like, all right, you gonna want some chicharrones? I didn't know what they were, but I'd eaten them before. I didn't know what they were made of. So I'm like, chicharrones, fuck yeah. And they're so delicious. I'm in. When are we eating them? When are we gonna go buy them? And they're like, we're not going to buy them. We walk to the backyard, and I'm like, okay, they already have the fire going, and then he just goes and wham! And this thing lets out the most horrid scream, and I'm like, 7 years old, just
I named him.
I cried. I was crying until they fried him, and then I got over it really fast. I got over it really fucking fast. Once it was done, woo. I got over it, but
Think of a story, Jesus. I feel like every Hispanic kid has one of those pig stories because Jesus said that his dad was having a barbecue and they made him chase down the pig.
Yeah, he's in the comments right now, actually talking about it. Straight up, knife to the heart. Knife to the heart. Yeah, I was traumatized until it finished cooking. Then I was good all over again. That's when I knew I wasn't a vegetarian. Because if anything's gonna get you off of meat, it's watching that animal die right in front of you, screaming for its life. If anything's gonna get you vegetarian, that's it, and it didn't. So, I'm sorry. I like food too much.
The only part of a pig I cannot eat are pig's feet because it's gross. I just don't like being able to identify where exactly it came off of. But my neighbor he was a hunter and he had lots of chickens, and every now and then a rooster, because you don't know that they're a chicken or a rooster until they're older, until they start roosting, you know? Yeah. And this fucker had no idea what he was doing, and he was doing it in the middle of the night for no damn reason at all, for hours on end. And I'm like, it's not even sunrise. It's midnight. What are you doing? So I told him that rooster's gotta go. He's like, it's gotta go. So, and he's a hunter, so he took out a freaking crossbow right in the backyard and just.
Damn. Shit.
I didn't mean like that.
I just meant could you ask him to quiet down? Shit. So.
Hey, we're sleeping.
Now we move into the future. Now we're moving into the future here. Mary Lou, what are your cosplays that you want to do on the horizon? What are your plans for the future?
My plans for the future? I feel one of them is every black girl's fantasy, and we all just want to be Storm. Every single one of them.
Sorry, I love. She's my favorite accent so much. She's my favorite. Sorry, I just got so excited.
How can you not?
It's so
I definitely want to hit up Storm. My friend and I were supposed to be Raven and Starfire. I was thinking about doing maybe another Greek goddess. I haven't figured out which one yet, but I feel like I'm closest to Hestia. I really, really like Greek mythology. I feel like I'm closest to Hestia, but I mean...
You should do Hades. Do a different gender.
Hades? Oh man, I'd love
and
that.
Imagine bright blue wig, all blackout blue makeup. It would be sick.
No, but I really like colorful hair. I don't know if you've noticed.
So those are awesome plans. Nice.
I'm really more. I just can't remember what they are right now. When you just take too many down, and then next thing you know, you're starting one, and you're halfway done, you're like, I'm gonna do this one now. Jumped on.
Come back, but no.
And it's like a Valkyrie cosplay. It's off of a drawing. So I made these huge wings, and now it's just sitting in the garage. I'm like, one day I'm gonna wear you somewhere.
We're going somewhere together, damn it. That's awesome. So we're excited to see those cos plans. They're gonna be freaking sick. So on to the topics of the week. Yeah, whenever we have a con again.
Wait.
God.
I have my question. If everybody's finished.
Yeah. We got our questions in.
Okay.
Ask her the hard one. This is a tough one. Especially that you have knowledge.
I'm glad you're already seated because this is it requires a lot of thinking.
It's a heavy hitter.
Okay. Mary Lou, if you were a Girl Scout cookie, which cookie would you be?
Thin Mints.
Oh, and why? Why would you be a Thin Mint?
I feel like I'm refreshing. I'm chocolate and refreshing, just like a Thin Mint.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to
Good. You
agree
didn't even
100%.
hesitate.
100%.
Yeah,
you
the
didn't have to
fact
think
that
about
you
it.
were able to just like, poof, you're like Thin Mint. There.
She's on it. All over
That's
it.
awesome.
So, on to the topics of the week. I know a lot of y'all are DBZ fans, but there's another anime that a lot of people love coming to Netflix in May. We're getting an original live action version, but before then, Avatar: The Last Airbender. No, Trey. No, Trey. Take off that background. That's not what I'm talking about. Foul. Flag on the play. You better change that background. That one's already on Netflix, and ain't nobody watching that shit.
It's not even about nothing.
It's all Netflix.
the heck that is.
It's all hate M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, we we literally did. Everyone saw the background and was like, "Oh, fuck that!"
How dare you?
Wait.
It's
No,
not as
but-
bad as Dragon Ball Evolution. Let's be honest. Okay.
Yes, nothing's as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution. I don't think, unless
Alright,
Fantastic
up.
Four, the remake. That was pretty bad. The director said, "I don't want no part of it." When the director's like, "That's not my film.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's not my movie." Yeah. No. But yes, Avatar: The Last Airbender is coming to Netflix, all 3 seasons. So we're gonna get all 3 seasons dumped on us mid-May. I'm excited as fuck. I know what I'm doing. I'm marathoning that shit. I'm marathoning.
Hell yeah.
Because I gotta catch up. I gotta refresh myself for the live action when they finally get around to it. What I like is that the live action is gonna be done by the original creators of the animated series. So it's gonna be super dope. But yeah.
It's watching the like they've done a few little videos about like the making of the live action and they're putting in a lot of time and consideration to really do it justice, and that's what I mean. They took 2 years just to figure out how they wanted the bending to look in animation before they even bothered casting. They like hired people like kung fu people and like stunt people to do the moves. They would do the animation in the CGI to see if that is how they wanted to look before they even bothered casting anybody. And that took them 2 years.
Shit.
Just to decide that.
So
they're really
excited.
taking,
You gotta
they're
master
taking
it.
time. Yeah.
I've never been so excited for a live action
I just
in my
want
life.
just like a 30-second, not even 30-second, 10-second trailer. Just please, just God, give me something.
Give me
Give me a side
10 seconds of
profile.
finish.
I don't give a damn. Like,
I agree. I think a little teaser would be nice, just to hold us off. We're all stuck inside right now. Just give us a little something. So
well, I'm wondering why they're not putting Legend of Korra on as well on Netflix. I mean, it's the same thing, you know. It's just another series.
yeah.
Maybe because Korra came out after, maybe the there's a little bit more time left on that.
the
on the
rights to that
contract
one,
or
the
whatever.
licensing.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
it might be a
Yes.
licensing
Like,
issue.
maybe-
That's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank
that could
you.
be.
Eventually.
I'm happy to see it return on Netflix because it hasn't been on Netflix in like 9 years.
Yeah.
Like, because Avatar used to be a long time ago, and then they just got rid of it, and I'm glad to see it coming back.
Same. So that's not the only thing we're getting a comeback of. I don't know if y'all are fans, but I love Andy Dwyer and everybody from the great city of Pawnee.
Yes.
Parks and Rec is doing a one-time like reunion episode. I think it's to benefit COVID and everything going on with that. But I'm excited as frick. I don't care what it's for or what it's about. Like, the original cast all coming back. I am sold.
It's gonna be so good. Are you Leslie now?
Cosplayed Leslie and Anne before we had known what cosplaying was. It was when we were living together and we had like set up and we were taking a whole bunch of photos of ourselves. She was Leslie and then I was Anne.
So I'm gonna need those pictures because I want to see that.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
would love to
goodness.
cosplay Andy. Burt Macklin, FBI. That'd be so.
All the eggs and bacon that you have.
All of them.
All of them.
I love Ron Swanson is my spirit animal, bro. That is literally how I choose my
He
food.
is the spirit of America. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's steak and bacon.
Never.
That's all I need. That's all I need. But yes, they will be reuniting for a 1-episode event. I'm super excited to see that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think, yeah, treat yourself. Oh my God, I love him.
I have
love
that
him.
print.
Aziz,
I have that print in my little office tray, my little office area.
treat yourself.
Treat
Treat yourself.
Treat
Yeah.
yourself.
He gave me a print of it of treat yourself.
That's
And I
hell
love
yeah.
it.
It's a good
Because
little
I'm sitting at my
reminder.
desk. Yeah, it absolutely is.
It's kind of like Mary Lou with the champagne shawty. Just do it. It's your world.
Just do stop you. I dare somebody to stop me.
Ain't nobody brave enough.
Take that same
Nobody brave enough, Mary Lou. Ain't nobody brave enough.
I'm small, but I'm feisty.
I like it. I'm huge, but I'm a kitten. I don't
Look,
wanna
anybody
fight
that
nobody.
dares to try to tell her no has never watched her handle a lobster tail. I mean, like cake, just whoosh, whoosh. I was like, damn.
I break faces just as easily.
I know, right?
So, last up,
Me with that.
this weekend, we have the return of Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. I hate that they split it up into 2 parts, but I'm kind of okay with it now that we're stuck inside and we're going to have some Rick and
Yeah.
Morty to watch every weekend. I'm a little okay with it now. I wasn't at the time. I was like, why the fuck are we breaking this up into 2 parts? Little did I know we were going to be stuck inside just months later. Are y'all all Rick
They
and Morty?
already
I know
knew.
I'm a Rick and Morty fan. I'm not sure if everybody else is.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I love Rick and Morty.
Like I started.
Fire to the
I'd
pancreas.
seen a couple of episodes, but I haven't seen all of them. And I started rewatching it, and I had assumed when I first started watching it that the first episode wasn't the first episode, that I jumped in the middle. And then when I started rewatching, I was like, oh no, this is the first episode. They just let you have it right then
Yeah.
and there.
Straight out the gate.
Right into it.
Absolutely.
You should know who Rick and Morty are when you start Rick and Morty. It really does start like that, Mary Lou. It's like, we're picking you up. You're in this crazy world. Let's get going.
Lubba lubba dub dub.
Yeah. It's like no chill. It's introducing all kinds of crazy characters. What I like about the show is you can kind of even watch it out of order and still get the
Yeah.
gist of it.
Yeah.
So each episode is very unique. It's a very intelligent show too. Like there's a lot of highbrow humor in there that you're
deep.
like,
Dark moments.
yeah, very dark, like existential. Like what's the meaning of life? Why are we all here? Nothing matters. And you're like,
What am I doing right now?
you just
It
finished the
reminds me
episode
of,
all
like,
like
a-
fuck, having an
Like an
existential
animated
crisis.
house.
Yeah, it's like an animated house, very much so.
How
Oh,
Sydney,
yeah.
because he's just very crazy and sarcastic and super intelligent. Just imagine him and Tony Stark and Rick. from
Oh
Rick and
my
Morty
God.
all having an
Ugh.
argument. It would be insane.
That's a whole lot of ego. I don't know if we can handle that much ego. Yes.
It would be hilarious though.
Joshua Guerrero says he can't wait for it. Me either, man. Me either. Yeah.
Show me what
Hey,
you
Jason
got.
Olivari, what's up? People in the comments. No, but yes. So that's pretty much the news stories for the week, guys. Mary Lou was an amazing guest. We thank you so much for being on.
Yay!
I don't know if anybody else has any question, because what we're going to do now, Mary Lou, is we're going to say adieu to the live version of the podcast, and we have a secret topic that only the audio version people get when they download the audio version. So what we're going to do now is say adieu. And before we leave, everybody make sure you go follow her on Instagram. Brittany, do you have the handle
Yeah.
again?
Do it. Do it.
Coffee underscore and concealer. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
That
Coffee
is-
underscore and concealer. Be sure to follow Mary Lou on Instagram. Amazing cosplays, amazing food. What the hell else do you want?
Yeah. What else you want?
That's an Insta follow just for that. It's
100%.
Yeah, and she's an
100%.
amazing person. So that's also icing on the cake. Get it? Boom. Food puns.
Oh, let's see what you
Bad
did there.
food puns. All right, guys. So thank y'all so much for watching the live version of the podcast. We are going to sip champagne off onto the recorded version for the secret topic. Thank y'all guys so much for watching. We out. Peace. Thank y'all.